Hello there, you're tuned into 7Edition. I am Azleena Najri and these are your headlines. Bukit Aman investigating former Communist Party of Malaya members meeting. Flooding in the East Coast claims 2 lives with 1 still missing. And another by-election to take place in Sabah. Now, Bukit Aman Special Branch is investigating a meeting allegedly involving former Communist Party of Malaya (CPM) members. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said today that the probe will look into whether the gathering was an attempt to revive the old party's ideology in the country.
Pihak polis akan siasatlah apa tujuan sebenarnya, adakah ada kaitan hanya nak merayakan perjanjian Hatnyai ataupun inilah usaha untuk menghidupkan semula semangat komunisme yang lampau atau apa tujuannya. Jadi kita tak boleh pandang ringan hal-hal sebegini kerana negara kita sudah aman, tak ada apa-apa. Jadi apa perlu hal sebegitu? Ini seperingkat awal lah. Jadi yang penting siasat dulu. Kita dah dapat laporan, nanti kita tahu adakah dia telah melakukan apa-apa kesalahan dari segi undang-undang ataupun ini hanya perhimpunan biasa saja.
A recent news report revealed that about 300 former members of the CPM gathered in Kajang. The meeting was said to be held in conjunction with the 30th anniversary of the Hatnyai Peace Accord, which was signed on December 2nd, 1989 by the Malaysian government and the party. Now, there will be another by-election in Sabah as former Foreign Minister Datuk Sri Anifah Aman lost his appeal at the Federal Court over the Election Court's decision to nullify his Kimanis parliamentary seat result during last year's general elections. The 5-member bench, led by Chief Justice Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat, said there was no error by the election judge and upheld the Election Court's decision. In the unanimous ruling, the Chief Justice said that there were numerous discrepancies in the conduct and widespread non-compliance of the election laws, which had affected the outcome of the polls. With the decision today, a by-election has to be called within 60 days as stipulated in the Constitution. The bench also ordered Datuk Sri Anifah to pay the respondent, Datuk Karim Bujang, 70,000 ringgit in costs. Datuk Sri Anifah, a former UMNO member, won the seat by a slender margin of 156 votes, obtaining 11,942 votes, while Datuk Karim, who represented Warisan, garnered 11,786 votes. In other news, the Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister today ordered a probe into the Malaysia Tattoo Expo after pictures of semi-nude models at the event made their rounds on social media. Datuk Mohammadin Ketapi said that while a permit was issued for the event to proceed, there was no green light given for any form of nudity. In a statement, the minister said this was not the first time the expo was organised in the country, and since it was first held in 2015, no such incident had occurred in public. Datuk Mohammadin said it does not reflect the real image of Malaysia that is filled with mannerisms and decency. Meanwhile, the event organisers were called in by the police this morning to give a statement on the issue. The Malaysia Tattoo Expo 2019, which featured participants from over 35 countries, was held at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre recently from November 29th to December 1st. The Kuala Lumpur High Court heard today that former Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi spent about 1.3 million ringgit with 4 credit cards between 2014 and 2016. AmBank Senior Vice President Yeo Eng Leong testified that the former Deputy Prime Minister made the payments for purchases, including shopping at luxury fashion outlets. Now, Yeo was testifying on the fifth day of Datuk Sri Zahid's trial on 47 counts of misappropriating millions of ringgit belonging to Yayasan Akal Budi. All four cards have a combined credit limit of 250,000 ringgit. He said at least one of the cards were used actively for retail transactions, both in Malaysia and abroad. Now, the credit card owned by his wife, Datin Sri Hamidah Khamis, was used in several retail transactions in Hong Kong, Malaysia and Australia to purchase luxury items at Burberry, Louis Vuitton and Swarovski. In New York alone, over 215,000 ringgit was spent, according to a credit card statement dated June 28, 2014. Yeo said payments were made by local cheque. The hearing before Judge Colin Lawrence Sekera continues. Now, Defence Minister Mohamed Sabu tabled a defence white paper to chart the country's defence plans for the next 10 years in the Dewan Rakyat today. Speaker Tan Sri Muhammad Arif Mat Yusof said that lawmakers from both political parties would be given time to debate on the white paper.
Bahawa Dewan ini mendukung aspirasi kerajaan untuk menyemai tadbir urus yang baik melalui prinsip keterbukaan, ketulusan, inklusif dan progresif setelah menonjolkan profesionalisme dan accountability kerajaan melalui Kertas Putih Pertahanan atau KPP.
In his presentation, Mat Sabu also cited increasing terrorism threats, the military tension in the South China Sea, cybersecurity attacks, and a rise in human and drug trafficking. He added that while the tension between the US and China continues, Southeast Asian countries also have an impact on Malaysia. The white paper would also focus on developing a modernized smart army, optimizing computers, cyberspace technology, and state-of-the-art systems, among others. Now, all project contractors and consultants for the multi-billion ringgit Sabah Pan-Borneo Highway project have been reappointed under the government's new project delivery partner. PDP Model Works Minister Baru Bian said the contractors and consultants will continue work on the 15 package contracts.
Sudah diberikan kontrak tempoh hari dan the best thing is for them to continue with the contract. Yeah, I think that's the best thing. Kerana PDP itu sudah ditamatkan, kita fahamkan, sudah ditamatkan dan secara logiknya dan the best option for us iaitu untuk teruskan dengan kontrak yang sama, ya. Dan bagi kita hanya satu yang ditamatkan, tapi itu ditamatkan oleh PDP yang lama.
He added this is the best option rather than appointing new contractors, since the ones reappointed have been working according to schedule. There have been some slight delays, but he has advised them to be more responsible. Baru said implementation of the 15 work packages will be continued under the 11th Malaysia Plan. It involves a total cost of over 10 billion ringgit, while the remaining 20 packages will be executed under the 12th Malaysia Plan, subject to the government's financial ability. Now, flooding in the East Coast has claimed 2 victims, with 1 person still missing. The situation in Kelantan and Terengganu worsened today, with Kelantan reporting 9,892 evacuees and Terengganu with 5,464 as of 7 p.m. In Kelantan, the flood claimed its first victim when the body of a 7-year-old boy was found in a flooded paddy field in Felkra Teratak Batu in Pasir Putih. Police said Muhammad Ilham Hasmadi had reportedly followed his uncle to an irrigation canal at 6:30 p.m. yesterday to fish, but slipped and fell into the swollen canal. His body was found this morning, 400 meters from where he was last seen. Over in Kampung Jubakar, Tumpat, Kelantan, a man had also slipped and fell into flooded waters while fishing in a flooded paddy field this morning. The body of Pong Aryang, 49, was found at 11:30 this morning by villagers searching for him. And meanwhile, in Lipis, Pahang, a 6-year-old girl is feared drowned after she fell into the Lipis River near Kampung Penjum. She and 2 other friends were attempting to wash their hands at the bank of the river when they fell in. A rubber tapper took his boat in their direction to rescue them after hearing their screams, but was only able to rescue her 2 friends. Rescuers are still searching for the girl. Now, 10 people were wounded in a shooting on Sunday in New Orleans' French Quarter, a popular tourist hub. Police added that 2 of the victims were in critical condition. The shooting took place at 3:21 a.m. local time on a crowded commercial street near many hotels in a historic district that attracts visitors from around the world. Police reported earlier that 11 people had been wounded, but subsequently corrected the number. There have been no arrests and the motive behind the shooting remained unclear, but police said they had questioned 1 individual near the crime scene and were continuing their investigation. The police said they responded quickly to the incident as extra patrols were on duty for an annual Thanksgiving weekend football game. Petronas floating liquefied natural gas Dua, PFLNG Dua, is expected to start commercial operations in November 2020. The vessel, designed to extract gas from deep water gas reservoirs in depths of up to 1,500 meters, is scheduled for completion and to sail in Malaysian waters in February 2020.
Yes, as far as design is concerned and construction is concerned, I think for future LNG projects, we know the tricks. Yeah? We think if we do embark on any new floating LNG in the future, it will be more competitive than what we have today.
PFLNG Dua will be moored over to the Rotan gas field at a water depth of 1,300 meters, located 140 kilometers offshore from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. In this self-contained facility, natural gas can be extracted and refined on the platform itself without the need to send it on shore through pipes. It holds the capacity to produce 1.5 million tons of LNG per annum. To date, Petronas has safely delivered more than 10,000 LNG cargoes from its global portfolio of facilities in Malaysia, Australia, Egypt, and soon Canada. Positive sentiment on the local and global market pushed Bursa Malaysia to close at an intraday high today, with buying activities mostly seen in consumer products counters. The FBM KLCI jumped 8.81 points to finish at 1,570.55. Now on to stocks to watch. Post Malaysia Berhad reported a core net loss of 28 million ringgit in the second quarter of financial year 2019. The weaker than expected results was mainly due to weak contributions from postal services, courier, aviation and other segments. Following the results, researchers expect a 54.4 million ringgit loss for the first 9 months of 2019. And last but not least, IHH Healthcare Berhad's third quarter financial year 2019 normalized earnings came in at 202.3 million ringgit. Solid performance from Singaporean and Malaysian hospitals were mainly driven by organic growth. Meanwhile, performance of Fortis and hospitals in the Greater China region remain encouraging. Coming up after the break, man kicks woman after getting slapped on the face. Find out more when we return. Don't go away. Now let's hop on to Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. So recently a video posted on social media of a woman slapping a man on the road for honking at her went viral. But the physical assault does not stop there, as the woman shockingly gets kicked in return. The clip of the violent exchange that evolves into a group brawl was posted on Twitter yesterday with over 1.3 million views. Take a look. In the 43 seconds clip, a group of people are seen arguing beside a black car, leaving other vehicles behind it stranded. Not long after, a woman appears from the left side and smacks the man in blue, presumably the driver of the black car. Shockingly, the man kicks her right on her stomach, and the lady immediately fights back as her presumed husband and friend start attacking the man. This left traffic in a mild standstill as motorists watched on as the group of men continued their counterattack, with the woman nowhere to be seen. Shortly after the video went viral, a Twitter user identified himself as the man in the blue shirt, claimed the whole ordeal started when he wanted to enter the main road from the junction to escape heavy traffic. However, the woman, who was in front of him, did not allow him to pass and honked at him. He then decided to let her go first before entering the lane and honked back in return. That was when the woman got out of her car in anger. The man also claimed that he did not suffer any injuries from the group attack, only a broken spectacle. Well, interestingly, a few hours after retweeting the post, the man claimed that he and the couple have reconciled and even posted a photo showing them having a drink together. Now, if it's true that the trio had made up, then bravo to them for putting their egos aside. And now updated as of 7 p.m, here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Indonesia's team Bigatron RA was declared winner of the PUBG Mobile Club Open PMCO Fall Split 2019 on day 3, which took place right here in Kuala Lumpur. They outscored 15 other competitors around the globe to snag the grand prize of $180,000. China's top esports finished second, followed by Thailand's Mega at third position. Meanwhile, player Zoxy from the team claimed the coveted Most Valuable Player title in the tournament. Bigatron qualified for the global finals after securing the second spot in the prelims of global finals. Then, with their consistent performances from day 1 to day 3, the team conquered the PMCO and concluded the tournament with an outrageous 129 kill points, 174 placement points, and 303 total points. The PMCO 2019 is divided into spring and fall split with a total prize pool of $2.5 million. The tournament provides a path for aspiring semi-pro clubs to pave their ways to become esports professionals, which represents the start of PUBG Mobile's esports ecosystem and pros to show off their skills. Now onto the podium, day 2 of the 2019 SEA Games. National wushu athlete Loh Chun Hao bagged Malaysia's 5th gold medal early Monday after claiming his first just a day earlier. Malaysia also bagged gold in netball, weightlifting, field bowling, gymnastics and silat. Here are the highlights.
26-year-old Chun Hao's display of agility amazed the judges to secure the medal with 9.68 points in men's Thai Jijian event at the World Trade Center, Metro Manila. This was also his second personal gold medal in the 30th edition of the Games, following his contribution in the men's Thai Jiquan event yesterday. Meanwhile, other gold medals came from Izzat Shamir Zulkifli, Fairuz Abdul Jabal and Shamil Shazwan Ramli in the men's triples in the lawn bowling, Nurul Aliani and Jamil Emma Firiani Jamil in the women's pairs lawn bowling, Afika Dayana Budiman, Nur Ain Nabila Tarmizi, Shafika Haidar Afif and Siti Zalina Ahmad in the women's fours, who swept all 3 gold medals in as many finals today. Malaysia maintains number 3 in the ranks with 10 gold, 2 silvers and 15 bronze medals.
From Naples to Palestine to Florence, Neapolitan street artist Jorit is painting charismatic icons on giant walls. His murals always have African tribal signs on the faces, which for the artist represents a distinction for a unique human community. We wrap up 7Edition tonight with visuals of a giant Nelson Mandela mural in Florence. I'm Azleena Najri. Thanks for watching and good night.